Hey, my name is Ben Honeycutt. I am a middle school teacher in the United States, living in the state of Colorado. And I was asked by my friend Harry Krishna Pacharu, a teacher from Z.P.H.S. llavaram, to make a video. And specifically to talk a little bit about my experiences as an educator, but also my experiences here in the United States with COVID-19. Students, just to tell you a little bit, I started an NGO, co-founded that when I was in high school, so when I was 17 years old, called Open World Cause, and got connected with educators Govinda and Sudha Panthi in Nepal. And I actually have traveled to Nepal before. I traveled to Nepal when I was at university, and it changed my life forever. Watching Govinda and Sudha work in their classrooms made me realize who I wanted to be as a teacher. And specifically, I was really moved by the relationships that they had with their students. Their students trusted them. Their students were excited, were happy to be in school. And that level of trust, it made me not only want to continue my studies and become a teacher, but it made me realize who I wanted to be as a teacher. And I have felt this real connection with Nepal since. And this area of Nepal is actually in the Dong region of Nepal, and so right along the Indian border. And I learned so much while I was there, and Nepal was really the first place that really felt like home. I specifically, it was the first time that I ever meditated, and one of my favorite shirts ever is actually this shirt right here with the symbol that I got in Kathmandu. And the thing with meditation that really changed my life was the silence after saying and it made me realize how treasured life was, and the relationship that life and death has. And that made me really want to experience the world and experience and live life to its fullest. I've been to India, I've been to Delhi, but just the airport when I was on the way to Nepal. And it's my dream someday to actually come to Delhi. I have loved my experiences working with Nepal. My organization has helped fund the construction of classrooms in Nepal and in Kenya. And it has made me love traveling the world, and in turn want to encourage others to travel all over the world. Another reason why Harry reached out to me was to talk about COVID-19. I have been heartbroken looking at how terrible the COVID-19, the pandemic, and the variant has been in India. It has been heartbreaking for me to see the damage and destruction that COVID-19 has done in India and in Nepal. In the United States, my wife has a compromised immune system, so we had to be very, very, very careful. And so wore masks everywhere we went. I actually painted. I did a lot of work in my house, and so I had this really big paint mask right here. You might see, might sound a little weird with it right here, but if if not a mask like that, a mask like this works fine. I was really I did research, and COVID is a coronavirus, and one of the first coronavirus outbreaks, or at least when I did research, I found that the SARS outbreak that swept through East Asia and went into Canada and North America in the early 2000s, part of the way that SARS was defeated was through the use of masks. They did a lot of research and a lot of studies before COVID-19 happened that showed how effective masks were at stopping the spread of SARS. This was in the early 2000s, and it's what helped SARS. It's what helped defeat SARS before it became the global pandemic that COVID-19 has become. And so my wife and I wore masks. We're careful everywhere we went. And we were fortunate enough in the United States to get vaccinated. So we actually have a 7-month-old son and got vaccinated at the first opportunity to help keep him safe. And it breaks my heart. My hope is that you will all have the access to vaccines that we do. I feel incredibly fortunate and privileged to be able to have access to vaccines. But in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm asking my friends in the United States and everyone that I can reach in the United States to donate to organizations that are going to help India in every way possible to fight this pandemic. There are a group of doctors that started an organization called United Visions International, and what my hope is to help get other Americans to donate to this organization, because not only are they providing oxygen tanks, but they're providing food too, and nutritious meals, because nutritious meals can be so incredibly important. So meals like fruits and vegetables that reduce inflammation. A hospital called Nebraska Medical in the United States showed how important that nutrition was in order to keep your body as healthy as possible. So those foods are that reduce inflammation are berries, tomatoes, celery, and onions. And what my hope is to help convince people to donate, because this is a worldwide struggle that we're in right now. One day, my hope is to be able, maybe someday I can meet you all in person, and maybe we can have dal together. Dal bhat is my favorite food since going to Nepal. And what my hope is that together, if we all work together everywhere in the world, this is a global fight that we all have to defeat this pandemic, that we can work together and defeat this thing. So in the meantime, stay as safe as possible, mask up, eat as well as you possibly can, and I'll do everything I can over here in the United States to help you, but to also so that we can work together to defeat this global pandemic. Thank you all so much. Yep. And it was nice to meet you.